Of course, my computer would go off. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another ASMR live stream. I have not live streamed in a long time. In a long time. Phil, y'all did. Y'all are amazing. Plus, I got some time right now, and I am here. It's Saturday for me, probably Saturday. Sunday. Oh my god. It's Sunday for me. Saturday night for you guys. So, if my phone goes off, like if it vibrates, I apologize in advance because work never stops. Alright, work never stops. I've got two phones. I've got a personal phone and a work phone. Yo, yeah, who's in trouble now? Okay. there's always something going on. So I'm just gonna be talking. I've got some books with me, so I know Phil likes the book taps. I've got the hat with all the names of everyone that's donated, everyone that's been a Patreon, and it's I know Phil likes that too, but it's mainly just gonna be like chatting. I'm just gonna talk. You guys ask me questions, I answer them, etc., etc. So, how are y'all doing today? It's, I believe, 9 p.m. back on the East Coast. So, it's still kind of early, so I decided to come on and just talk to you guys. Look at this fidget that my wife got me. It looks like a little, I don't know. I fidget with this thing so much all the time, but they come off too. So I can take them off one by one. And it looks like a nice, dang it. It looks like a nice little sphere. Right? I can never get the ball off though, the ball. Come on. The ball's gonna have to stay in. I think it's just too tight in there. It won't come off. But I need to get like a fidget spinner because I used to have a couple of them. And I've noticed that I've become a little bit more fidgety over time. Like I just constantly need to, oh, listen to that. I constantly need to be fidgeting with my hands. I've noticed that it drives me crazy. So, how are y'all doing today? How is my favorite ASMR squad doing today? Nothing. No questions. Come on, my guys. Come on, my dudes. You guys have to have something for me. It's been a while since I've done a live video. Let me see. Last time I did a live video was October 9th, and that wasn't a very long one. It was about maybe 40 minutes. There goes my phone already. So Daniel, you've been watching college football all day. What teams have you been watching? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not big into sports. I just never got into them. I never found the time to like really get into it, and the players just never did. I never did. So I have no idea what teams are doing good this year for college. I don't know anything about players. It's just not my thing, unfortunately. And that kind of takes me out a little bit of the conversation around the office because a lot of the people I work with are big into football and college football, and I'm not. Just not. I like to stay busy with work, subscriber milestones. Alabama. My wife is a big Alabama fan. She's from Alabama, so it makes sense. LSU. My son lives in Louisiana, so maybe he will become, an LSU Tiger. Who knows? I think I'd be really proud if he got into LSU. That's a really good college. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. It's been a very quiet day so far. I woke up. I had to take my wife to work. She's pulling 24-hour shift today, which kind of sucks because she has to stay awake for 24 hours, and periodically I'm gonna stop by and bring her some food, maybe a couple blankets or something, because it's starting to get cold over here in Korea. It's starting to get really cold. Yesterday the temperature I believe was like 38, 39 degrees with no wind, so that's good. It's not so bad if there's no wind. If there's wind, oh my god, it's bad if there's wind, because the wind just kind of like cuts through your clothes. And even though we have cold weather gear, right? We have nice fleece jackets, we have nice sweaters, nice like silk inside long sleeve shirts to kind of create layers and create some heat resistance. Just keep it in. It still gets really, really freaking cold here in Korea. And if you guys have been a fan of the channel for some time, you know that I hate the cold. I'm gonna write it out. I hate the cold. Yes, Daniel, you're absolutely right. The wind makes it so much worse. And I could be outside with minimal clothing in 35-degree weather if there's no wind, right? But as soon as there's a tiny, tiny little gust of wind, it gets bad. And I've lived in upstate New York for a year when I was stationed there, and that was the second coldest place I've ever been to. I remember we were doing PT, and it was like negative 30 degrees, and they still wanted us to go running, to go do a bunch of stuff. I'm like, you guys are insane. How do you do this every winter? And then the coldest place I went to was in Latvia, which is like northeast Europe, very close to Russia. That place, I think the coldest I experienced was like negative 45 or something like that. It was really cold, and they had a lot of wind there. They had a lot of wind, and when it got that cold, it was almost impossible to get any work outside done because we just didn't have the proper equipment to keep us warm. So it kind of sucked. Damn it. It really sucked. It was no fun at all. No fun at all. But yeah, it's been a really chill day. After this live, I'm gonna go see my wife and drop off some food, and then I'm going to go to the gym afterwards, and then just kind of hang out. Yes, I did my basic training in Fort Benning in Georgia. That's right. That place, well, it wasn't too different, Fort Benning, than what I grew up in because I was raised in South Florida. So Fort Benning was just, really humid, really hot. I went in the middle of the summer, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't crazy, but it felt really challenging and tough because at the time I was really, really, really out of shape, and it was a reality check, and I was like, oh my god, what have I been doing with my life? I haven't done anything of meaning or value, and my physical fitness was like was low. I had really, really low levels of physical fitness. It was not fun. But I wouldn't mind going back to Georgia or, my next duty station because it's warm, and when it does get cold, it doesn't get nearly as cold as it does here in Korea or Colorado or New York. So, oh, you're from Clearwater. Nice. Yeah, only thing I really miss about Florida is, my family, the beach, and the weather. It is too doggone expensive to live in Florida nowadays. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm hoping that the audio sounds good. I could hear it well through my microphone and my headphones, but I just want to make sure that the audio is actually. Jesus. I want to make sure that the audio is actually doing well. Yeah, Florida, there's a station actually in South Florida, and I would not mind being stationed there, but they're a special operations unit, so I would have to go airborne and all that other stuff, and I'm not really about airborne. I got bad knees. My back's always in pain. I don't wanna increase the chances of injury by jumping out of a plane and landing 35 miles an hour or however fast they land. A part of me does want to go airborne, but if I go airborne, then they'll probably send me to Fort Bragg, an airborne unit, and I don't want to do that. And the good thing about Bragg is my brother's at Bragg, so I have not seen my brother since 2017. 2017. Yep, 5 years. Phil, I got you, my boy. So I got two of my favorite books here. I got The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck and Everything is Fucked by the same author. Where's it at? Camera. There we go. By Mark Hansen. I don't know why, but the material on this cover here is very coarse. It's hard. It's grainy, so it makes really good for book rubbing. It's really good, but they have different thickness, so they probably have different sounds. Slightly different sounds. Here you go. Oh, hold on. Okay, everything's fine. My phone went off. Everything's fine. Hey, Dennis, how you doing? Yes, I decided to go live. I am here. We're just talking. We're chilling. We're tapping books right now because it's one of Phil's favorite triggers. I know the book tapping to me sounds almost like thick rain falling on a windowsill or on a metal roof or something. It sounds great. Same author, just a little thicker. Hey Kara, welcome to the live stream. Hold on. How many people do we have live right now? I think there's 8 live videos. I mean viewers, live viewers. That's pretty awesome. That's great. Hey, if you guys haven't done so, please go ahead and like the video. Do me that solid, please. The scratching is not so bad either, it's pretty nice. I do like horror movies, Dennis. My favorite horror movie. That's kind of a hard one because there's a lot of really good ones. I would say like the first one that comes to mind is like Black Hawk Down. It's one of the first war movies that I saw when I was a child, and it was like, wow, these guys are badasses. You know, Rangers and Special Forces. Those guys are different breed, for sure. See, this book is not all bad. It gave people hope. Hacksaw Ridge is a really good one. Ooh, Molly, good one. Read a page or two from the books? Question mark. Let's see. Sure. Look at that. It opened up into a chapter. It's called Step 5. Promise heaven, deliver hell. If you've made it this far, starting your own religion, it means you've assembled a nice group of hopeless people desperately avoiding uncomfortable truth by studying a bunch of bullshit you've made up, ignoring their friends, telling their families to fuck off. Now it's time to get serious. The beauty of a religion is that the more you promise, the more followers salvation, enlightenment, world peace, perfect happiness, or whatever, the more they will fail to live up to the promise. And the more they fail up to live to the promise, the more they'll blame themselves and feel guilty. And the more they blame themselves and feel guilty, the more they'll do whatever you tell them to do to make up for it. So some people might call this a cycle of psychological abuse, but let's not allow such terms ruin our fun. Pyramid schemes do this really well. You give a scumbag some money for a bunch of products you don't want or need, and then you spend the next 3 months desperately trying to get other people to sign up for the scheme under you and also buy and sell products nobody wants or needs. It doesn't work. Then, instead of recognizing the obvious, the product is one of the big scams, selling a scam to sell more scams. You blame yourself. Because look at the guy at the top of the pyramid has a Ferrari, and you want a Ferrari. So clearly, the problem must be you, right? Fortunately, the guy with the Ferrari has graciously agreed to put on a seminar to help you sell more crap nobody wants to people who will then try to sell more crap nobody wants to people who will sell it, and so on. And that said seminar most of the time is spent psyching you up with music and chants and creating an us versus them dichotomy. Winners never give up. Losers believe it won't work for them. And you come out away from the seminar really motivated and pumped, but still with no idea how to sell anything, especially crap nobody wants. And instead of getting pissed off at the money-based religion you bought into, you get pissed off at yourself. You blame yourself for failing to live up to your God values, regardless of how ill-advised that God value is. You can see the same cycle of desperation play out in all sorts of other areas: fitness, diet plans, political activism, self-help seminars, financial planning, visiting your grandmother on a holiday. The message is always the same. The more you do, the more you're told you need to do it to finally experience the satisfaction you've been promised. Yet, satisfaction never comes. Look, time out for a second. Let me be the one to break the bad news to you. Human pain is like a game of whack-a-mole. Every time you knock one kind of pain, another pops up, and the faster you whack them, the faster they come up. 2 pages. Page flipping is good too, but we're gonna have to get rid of the cover. So let's go ahead and do that. Without this nice, fancy cover, the book is just literally a plain book with a title on the side. But I like the color and I like the pages. They're nice and they're coarse. So I have to move the microphone down. Let's move this down. Right there. And I have to go to my second camera. Check it out. And now you can see the book. Let's go ahead and turn up the gain a bit. I think I'm going backwards. I am. That's one hell of a title. Oh, there's pictures. Oh wow, that's not good. Let's come back. Let's come back to this guy. The microphone up a bit. And maybe we can just flip around. What do you guys think? What is over here? Kara, thank you so much for the donation, for the tip. You're freaking awesome. notice there's a little, sorry, there's a little black spot here. So I got curious and I'm like, what is that? And apparently it's talking about Newton's third law. It says your identity will stay your identity until a new experience acts against it. Which is kind of like, it's kind of like the real Newton's third law, right? Which is an object at rest will remain at rest until a force acts upon it. Dennis, what do you think the most unrealistic part of Hollywood's depiction of the army? If one of your other videos you mentioned that they always seem to make the army look like it's all bad. So if we're talking specifically like war movies, then you know it's I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Obviously, the explosions don't really look like that, right? What's really, I think, unrealistic is that people are always running around in the movies without any ear protection, without any eye protection. That's not how the army works, man. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you the ear protection that I have. And because guns are loud, explosions are loud. And give me 1 second, I'll be right back. 1 second. I'm back. Okay, so check it out. This is my ear protection. Okay, they're very similar to noise canceling Bose, right? Oh my god, this thing's pissing me off. Sorry, y'all. This boom arm is driving me nuts. I am going to need a new one. For sure, need a new one. Alright, so check it out. See, these are called Beltors, right? And they work very similar to noise canceling headphones. They have these little buffs right here in the front. Right there. Those are microphones. So you could change it to where it says like silent, you know, and it has different sets of volume. So if I put the volume all the way up, I can hear people talking about 50 meters away. And if there's no crazy ambient sounds, I can hear them really well. Now, with these headphones, whenever there's a sound above a certain decibel, it cuts off and I can't hear it, right? It like mutes it almost. And then obviously I've got my the microphone, right? And then I've got two connectors here. They can go to two separate radios, so that part's kind of trippy because I have two cables coming to two different radios, and so if someone's talking on, let's say, radio B and this is radio A, I can hear both of them on the different ears. So if I have only radio A connected, I will only hear it on this side of my ear, which is kind of trippy at first when you have two different radio nets talking. But I think that's probably one of the biggest unrealistic things. They just run around without ear protection or eye protection because shrapnel is a real thing. Alright, I've been in the desert of Iraq and a little tiny speck of dirt got in my eyes and my eye got so irritated and it messed me up for about a week. So now imagine if you're in combat and you take actual shrapnel to your eyes. It's not gonna work, right? So, and then as far as like all bad is, I think there's this really negative connotation that army men and women we're like heartless people, and think that's just far from the truth, right? We just have to have the mentality that it's, it's my life on the line. Like, I still have my kid that I need to raise. I still have my wife that I want to grow old with. And I have to take care, as, my position in the army, I have to take care of a lot of other people. So it's my job to ensure that they make it home. Unfortunately, as leaders, we're not always successful in that aspect, but we definitely try our best to get all of our guys home. Now, if you don't mind, I need to drink a little bit of Korean cocoa palm. It's got little tiny chunks of coconut in it. It's actually pretty freaking delicious. God, that's so good. That stuff is great. If you guys are wondering, I have not, unfortunately, kicked my nicotine habit. It's still very much there. It's still very much alive, unfortunately. So I need to take a quick puff. Okay? Are you guys cool with that? I'll wait for your response. Let me know if you're cool with it. If not, I'll just keep talking. I'll suck it up, and I won't do it. Alright, what other kinds of triggers would you guys like to see right now? Or hear, excuse me, hear. Let's see, here. Alright, bet. Here comes a puff. Here comes a puff. Not a big one, just a little one. My battery's like almost dead. But God, I needed that. Oh, it's like a nice little buzz. I'm telling you, man, it's addicting. Alright? Don't ever get into vaping. Don't ever get into smoking. It's addicting. If I could go back, I would not start vaping. I definitely would not start vaping. But sometimes we have to. Yeah, it's not really much of a trigger. Some people just really enjoy the whisper rants and rambling and storytelling, and that's what I like to do. I like to talk. I talk to my soldiers a lot. So I'm hand tapping my boy. I got it ready for you. Look at that. There we go. That's you, Phil. That's you. Phil is a very loyal Patreon supporter. He and I talk pretty frequently. Unfortunately, Dennis, here in Korea, no one except soldiers and hell, not even most policemen have guns, so I could not bring my my guns with me. I had to leave them back at my parents' house, unfortunately. I have, my assigned military weapon, but that's locked away in a vault. And I only have access to it when we're going to the range or when we're going out to do training. So right now I have no guns with me, unfortunately, because I love my guns. I love my guns. And if I had them with me, I'd be making a lot more gun related content, but unfortunately I don't. I have my vest and I have my knives. I could show you my knives. My big hunting knives. One second. That's really weird. I just saw a question pop up and then disappear. I believe the question was, would I support my kid if they wanted to join the military knowing what I know now? And I would not be against it. I think that being in the military has brought me a lot of structure, a lot of discipline, and a lot of, like thick skin, right? Because the army is tough, and you need to be tough, and a lot of people out there aren't mentally tough. They're very emotionally weak, in the sense that perseverance, man. You gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like my legs right now are killing me because I went on a ruck on Friday for 6 miles, and we finished in an hour 24. And my feet hurt, my legs hurt, but it's stuff that we have to do because we have to be physically fit. I wouldn't want my kid to do it as a full-time career. 20 years, I'd say maybe 4 or 6 years, and then use those military benefits to go to college or start a business. But I think it'll build a good foundation for him to, build that toughness, that resiliency, because we all fail, right? It's how we act after we fail. But okay, Dennis, let me get my knives. So I am going to put us on a break for like a minute, maybe a minute less, because they're right here across the room from me, okay? Stand by. Okay, and I'm back. So I've got 2 knives. This is the one that goes on my kit. Alright, my wife got me this one. I have it on my vest, like right here towards my stomach area. It goes in a sheath, a really hard plastic sheath, and I have it there just in case I need to fight something. I'll pull it out, cut something, fight whoever I have to fight. If it comes down to it, I don't ever think it'll come down to it, but it's always good to have some kind of cutting utensil. Let's see. Wow. Good idea, Molly. That sounds great. Let's bring this mic up a little bit. Turn up the gain a little bit more. This is really sharp. Second knife. So my second knife, sometimes I'll have it on my uniform. It has, see, it's by Gerber. Very, very very similar design, but it does not have a it's not the same sheath, right? Because they are different knives. Now I can't show you the back of it because it's got my last name on it. This was a gift from me, but my wife got my last name engraved on it, and it's a great knife. Obviously, I've used it for camping. You see, it looks pretty. I don't know if you can see it. It looks pretty. Damn, I just showed you my name. You'll be alright. This will go on my back of my belt. It'll loop through here and here, and it'll be secure. And if anything, I reach back there, bam, I've got a knife for protection. Because you never know, right? I'm kind of a paranoid guy, I guess. But like I said, you never know when you're gonna need something to cut with. Especially since I like to go hunting. And then my wife got a scripture engraved on it, Genesis 28:15. It says, "And behold, I am thee, and I am with thee, and I will keep thee in all places whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land, for I will not leave thee until," can I see that? "Till I have done that which I have spoken to thee of." So basically, as God is going to remain with you always until what he has planned for you is done. And then, hopefully, he'll bring you to heaven. So if you don't know the story about this finger, right, you can see the scar there. I cut this finger with my other knife. At one point, I had my knife up here in my kit, right, so I could pull it down and cut whatever it is, but it would protrude too much. So I used the knife to try to cut. I was holding on, and I tried to cut a zip tie, and I finally cut through the zip tie, but then I struck my hand right there, if you can see it, and I accidentally cut the tendon to my finger. So when that happened, my finger immediately went, and you can see the bone. It was pretty graphic. It was not a fun time, but I ended up getting surgery that same day, and luckily my finger will be alright. T, welcome T. Not so much there. And then it's got this nice little point here, so you could break glass, right? Glass on vehicles very, very tough to break. So if for whatever reason you're stuck, there's a fire, or your vehicle's in the water, you can break the glass and escape. So tools are important. Tools are important. They're not always a weapon. Sometimes it's a tool. This is the one that I have on my kit. As you can see, it's a little used up. It's a little worn down, but nevertheless, it's a really tough knife. It's all one piece. It's not a foldable knife, so it's very rigid, very durable. And I really like these knives. I really, really like them. They're not too big. They're not too heavy. They're sharp. You could sharpen them over time, keep their lifespan going, guys, you could ask me whatever you want. I'm kind of an open book. Put these knives away to the side here. This is the other one, right? It's got a little bit more durable little tang here. And it kind of just, so you just snap it. That's it. You just snap it out. Right, as you can see, this one has been through a lot more. I've used this to like split wood, so I'll put this between wood and I'll hit this top part and I'll cut it up. But this is the knife that ended up cutting my finger. So that was not fun, but there it is. Great knife. Put that down. Great knife. Take another little swig of this. My mouth's getting a little dry. My god, this stuff is great. Cocoa palm. Stuff is great. Just great. Yeah, you guys could ask me pretty much anything as long as it's not too revealing about my job, because I do have to keep things to a certain degree of secret. You know, I can't tell you every single thing that I do in the army, but I can tell you enough. Right, let's go with that. I can tell you enough. It's been a long time since I've done a live where I've had time to just sit. Even though I still got some errands to do today. I've got 2 soldiers that are leaving Korea pretty soon, so I like to, every soldier that I have in my platoon, when they leave, I want them to leave with a plaque, right, that says, hey, these are your accolades. You served from this date to this date. Thank you. And it has like a nice little Korea flag and like a U.S. flag, symbolizing our commitment to each other, right? The American people and the Korean people, and our mutual goal for security in the region. So that's like a nice little going away present that I like to give my soldiers. So I gotta go today order 2 of those. Yeah, Molly, that was a great idea. I'm gonna have to do a blade tapping video and probably split that into shorts. A lot of people don't have long attention spans. They just really like to, you know, watch short clips and then they move on, which is fine. Not everybody likes long content. Some people just like short content, kind of like the shorts, right? So someone asked, what is your favorite part about being in the military? Honestly, for me, it's the fact that I get to wake up every morning and I've got something to do. You know, some days I want to stay in bed because I am so physically or mentally exhausted. I am not joking, guys. I will wake up and I look like death, but I love to take care of my soldiers when they have a problem. You know, and I have experience. I've been in the army for 12 years, you know, so I have experience, and they come to me and they ask me, hey, how do I do this? Hey, how can I get better at this? And it's really rewarding when you get to see younger people, younger soldiers, ask you for your advice, and you'll be able to help them, and then you see them achieve that. That feels great. But to be honest, I am ready to transition out of the military and go live in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. That's ultimately my dream. You know, my wife and I really want to get a little bit of land, grow our own vegetables, have some some chickens, some ducks, a little bit of livestock, and just kind of live in the middle of nowhere. But unfortunately, I have 8 more years to go. 8 to 10, depends, right? 8 to 10 more years. So we'll see how that goes. All I know is right now, I still really enjoy being in the military. I get a lot of satisfaction from training my soldiers and making them better soldiers, and then also helping them realize a lot of the pluses of the military. And if they don't want to stay in, I help them come up with plans and ways to be successful when they get out of the army. Because what I don't want more, homeless veterans or veterans that are at their wits' end and then they attempt to take their lives. I don't want that. I want my guys to be successful in whatever it is that they pursue. So I still get a lot of pleasure and a lot of satisfaction from taking care of my guys. I really do. I think the day that stops, it's probably the day that I'll retire. But I'm still feeling that satisfaction, so I don't want to let that go, Man, we're coming up on an hour. Let's go. I haven't done an hour in a long time. We've got 6 live viewers right now. It's about usually what we get. We never really get crazy amount of traffic, but it's fine because it gives me the opportunity and the ability to connect a little better with the people that are here, and hopefully you decide to subscribe so you could see more of me, more of the content that I like to create. If you enjoy it, it is what it is, as they say, right? I'm here, and if I could reach anyone and help them relax and brighten their day up a little bit, maybe give them a motivational quote or something, I'm okay with that. I'll be okay if I don't have a billion subscribers. I want to get to 2,000 by December, so I think that goal might be a little unrealistic now because we need about 200 more, and I've never had 200 subscribers in a month. So we'll see. Again, I'm just kind of rambling on at this point, but we'll see. I've got to wrap it up, guys. I've got some errands to run, and then tonight I'm going to record a couple videos for the Patreon platoon. They are some amazing people, great supporters. Guys, I forgot that I have my little robot set to 11 a.m. to start cleaning. I forgot that it does that on Sundays. But alright, yes, Phil, we'll close it out with a little bit of hand gestures, hand sounds. My hands are a little sweaty right now because it's warm in here. So there's that. Really, Dennis, that's pretty awesome. That's cool. I'm glad I could have given some inspiration to your story. I would love to read it or to see it if it's a video format. I would love that. That'll be super cool. Let's turn this up a little bit. There's a little bit of a noise outside. It's still kind of early. It's 11 a.m., but that's great, Dennis. I would love to read that. listen, thank you all so much for being here with me for the last hour, just talking and a couple of triggers here and there. On your way out, please hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe if you're not so already. Check out the Patreon. I've got some good stuff on there that I think might interest you. If it doesn't, cool. Liking and subscribing is free, alright? Thank you guys, as always, for all the support. I will try to make this kind of a Saturday ritual. I have to let my wife know to shh, right? Keep it quiet. Saturday mornings, so I could get this done for you guys. And as always, thank you guys. Like seriously, y'all are the best. And don't forget, I've got your 6. Guys, have a good night.